Tesla Semi is being finally launched today. Giga Berlin, people are working here with local authorities and people together. We're going to talk about that today and a software update to the Sentry mode and more news being prepared. So let's start in today's news episode. If you're new here, do consider subscribing. And we start with the Tesla Semi being finally launched today at an event on the 1st of December 2022 in Giga, Nevada. So there's also some speculations that Tesla might as well talk about expansions, maybe of Giga Nevada, because they're already doing an event over there. And of course, there's also speculations about new factories. But let's see what is discussed here from Elon Musk and others talking about the Tesla Semi. Now, when it comes to the Tesla Semi, it was already tested with 40 to 50,000 pounds alone in loading capacity here. And if that is very true here, we have reached 500 miles without any recharge. So that would be very astonishing. Let's see how the daily commute or the daily routine is when companies are using the Tesla Semi. To be honest with you, there's no competition out there right now, and let's see how this will be in the next few years. Now, when it comes to the road accidents per million people in the United States, it's actually increasing. So if you're from the US, let me know why you think that is the reason. Is it the phone use? I mean, we have phones already for such a long time. That cannot be the case. So I will see what you write me about a feedback from the US if you're from there. From Europe side, we can say it is actually declining further down. Now, when you are buying a Tesla, it's always interesting to know from which company are you coming from. So which kind of car did you trade in? And so in the US, it is Toyota, Honda, BMW, and Mercedes in the top four. Of course, there are 34%, which is others because there are many other brands out there, but those are the biggest shares. So BMW, Mercedes together by 13%. Toyota and Honda is massive. That is like 28.6%. So it's pretty much no surprise if you follow the news, if you follow the trends in the EV business as well as the car registration. So let me know what you car drove before. I didn't have any car before I got my Tesla, but before that I was driving a Hyundai and now not anymore. So I would be very interested to see which car did you swap in. Now we have more news actually coming from the car startups when we talk about Fisker, Nikola, Faraday Future, Cano, Lordstown Motors. I mean, they are losing money in a massive way. We do know how that is. If you have followed Tesla for a long time, we do know how it feels like. But right now the question is, who's going to get them money? I mean, how are they going to receive more money for a product and losing money? So let's see how this is going to go. Could be some death here from startups. Lucid Motors is a bit different, but again, they are losing a lot of money as well. So the question is, how long can they support that, or how long are investors willing to give them even more cash to turn the company in a profitable, positive way? Now, when it comes to Sentry mode, we also know that many times you put on the Tesla Sentry mode and you have so many incidents where it is filming, but nothing is actually happening, just person walking by. Now you have the possibility now to change that in a new update. You are able actually to do that. Just the camera is just going to film it once actually something is happening. This could happen that it's not taking the entire incidents then. But I don't find that bad because, to be honest with you, why do I want to have 10 short videos when nothing is happening? I do find that update very nice. Let me know what you think about that. Now in November, Tesla had an increase year over year by 22%. And we do know it is a very hard market right now, especially in the United States. Ford and GM are declining. So in this case, again, Ford is declining to be correct. GM, on the other hand, is increasing its production again. But the question is always, from where are you coming from? If you have had already very low numbers, it's easier to increase the numbers again. Now looking into the backlog of Tesla, we have here numbers from Troy. The last update was 250,000 cars. I do think that the 255,000 cars will decline further, especially in the US, as we have now rumors coming from Austin that by the first quarter in 2023, they are planning to produce over 70,000 cars. Now we know that would be close to an average of 5,000 cars per week, which is no surprise. Honestly, I think this can happen as Tesla is actually doing the same thing in Giga Berlin. And Giga Berlin in this case is currently at close to 3,000, 3,200 cars, somewhere in between. But they have some issues right now. Sometimes they have to stop the production because of quality. So let's see if they're going to reach 5,000 cars in first quarter. But we see that now both factories might go into Q1 producing half of that, what Tesla Shanghai is producing, and a total production of Fremont that was just added in this year. So that is actually very exciting for 2023. Because 5,000 cars in first quarter of each of those two factories would be already 10,000 together. And I find that a very good news. To be honest with you, I do have the feeling that Giga Austin will be capable of actually overtaking the ramp up compared to Giga Berlin. But of course, there's also the case that Giga Berlin has not only a certain amount of production capacity. Right now, I believe the 500,000 cars for the first phase of Giga Berlin might be even higher because they currently achieve a very good amount of cars from one production line only, and there is more space to increase the production. Now in Giga Berlin again, Tesla is working locally with the city of Grünheide and other local cities together, trying to find a way to support the local areas and work with them together. Of course, they do know, Tesla knows they need their support, especially when it comes to the expansion. There are stuff like supporting of local schools or kindergarten and etc. So many companies do that for publicity. We have to see if Tesla is doing it with the same approach. But I believe they have the interest to convince local communities to support this factory and with that being successful with the expansion that is ahead. So let's see how this is going to play out. So thank you very much for being here today. I really appreciate your time. If you were new to my channel, do consider subscribing. And I wish you a wonderful day. And we hopefully see us tomorrow back here on this channel. So thank you very much. Bye-bye.